welcome to your very first Sukkat Shalom Week 1 project instruction video. I'm going to give you the directions for how to create your very first project for Sukkat Shalom. The first thing you need to know is, what things out of your box do you need? So let's find out. First thing is you need to get your supply container. It might be a box like mine, it might be in a bag or an envelope. Whatever all of your supplies came in, make sure you have that in front of you. And we are going to take out the following supplies. There should be a piece of fabric in your container, so take out your piece of fabric. Whatever fun things are in here. You should have 3 different fabric markers, 2 or 3 different colors. And fabric markers will look a little different than regular markers, but you might need to ask an adult to help you make sure you actually have the fabric markers. And then one more thing you need for this project this week is a iron-on transfer. So it'll be a little piece of paper that looks backwards and should say Sukkat Shalom both in Hebrew and in English on it. Mine is already cut out in an oval shape. Yours might be in a rectangular shape. So whatever shape yours happens to be in, make sure you have that. And that's all we need out of our box for this week. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is to get out your long piece of fabric, like so. And then you are going to need your iron-on transfer. And yes, it's backwards. What's going to happen is it's going to get physically ironed on to your fabric. So you're going to need to ask an adult for help. Thank you. Toda raba. Once your adult is done helping you iron your transfer onto your piece of fabric, like so, my mom and I decided we were going to put it in the center on a slight angle to make it more fun. Yours might be in the center straight. It might be on one of the edges, wherever you and your adult decided to put it. However, if you don't have an iron at home and you don't know somebody you can borrow an iron from, it is completely all right to just skip the iron-on transfer step and move on to the next step. But you will take your newly ironed-on piece of fabric. Now, you get to take your different colored fabric markers and any other items you might have at home to decorate your piece of fabric, and you will decorate it in whatever way you want that represents the idea of Sukkat Shalom, a shelter of peace, to you. Then when you're done decorating your piece of cloth and it's covered in all these wonderful ideas about Sukkat Shalom, take your newly decorated fabric and use it throughout the week to experiment with different kinds of Sukkat Shalom. Maybe you can wear it like a shawl, or maybe even some of you have seen like a talit, like a prayer shawl, or you could turn it into some kind of cape or use it to make a fort. Whatever you decide to do to explore the idea of Sukkat Shalom with your piece of fabric, make sure you take some pictures and post them on your Kivutzaz, Flipgrid, or other electronic sharing format. Have fun, everyone.
Thanks to the support of the Jewish Education Center of Cleveland and the Covenant Foundation.